Hey there, good morning. We're going to talk about something really fun today. You know, every now and then, here in Bella Vista in particular, there are so many amazing families. I mean, you just can't even imagine. This particular one, the McAuley, am I saying that right, family, is very near and dear to our hearts because you're going to see later that two in particular of this family actually helps out with the TV station. And they have since they were, somewhere along there. So anyway, I'd like to introduce you to the one who created all of this, Amanda McAuley, right?
Yes.
And
Aiden.
And this is the guy
Aiden
that
McAuley.
just directed the last show, actually. And we're going to talk more about that. And here's our very dry, what? Patrick, I know, but you have a nickname.
Qua.
Qua, okay. And a little bit on the end here, Bridget is going to entertain us in a little while. I'm so excited. Let's start with this. Amanda, you've homeschooled for how long now?
14 years.
Yeah. So what's that like, and how does that happen?
So at first I was nervous about it, but was able to gather, a lot of information, and it's a lot of fun. We just have a lot of fun now. We have extracurricular activities every day of the week after we get done homeschooling, and every kid learns a little bit differently. Aiden focused really well when we played music.
Oh, okay.
And Patrick, he just wants to get it done so he can get on to his fun activities afterwards, and he's really good at getting it done quickly. And Bridget, I just knew I had to put a paintbrush in her hand, and so all of her schoolwork is colorful, and that's how I was able to get her to focus and get through her schoolwork, and then we do all of our extracurricular activities afterwards. So.
For instance, with Aiden, well, both of them really, but Aiden being here at the station, was that an extracurricular learning activity?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that we volunteered once a week somewhere, and we just live a block from the studio, and he has always made movies. Yeah. He started making movies when he was 4 and putting his movies into the short film festivals at Crystal Bridges. And his movies were chosen 3 different times, and they presented them there. And when we saw that you guys were here, he wanted to see what that was about. And we're so blessed that you guys have taken him around and showed him every part of how to work this studio. And now he works at 4029, and he loves it.
Yeah.
Aiden, tell us about you, and from your perspective, what have you enjoyed most about being here, just your life, what you're doing?
Here, I've always loved film and television. I've been coming here now since I was 11 years old, and so it's been a while. I'm actually one of the longest standing volunteers at the station. I think like the 4th longest standing volunteer here. And it's nice because now I am a director, and I am floor manager, run camera, but it's a lot of fun. It definitely got me a lot of experience in TV with the people we have here. We have some really experienced people who have spent their entire lives in the industry, and then we have people who just showed up today. You know what I mean? They've never run a camera, and it's,
right.
The dynamic is always fun.
Yeah. I remember when I first met you, and I don't know how it came about, but you showed us one of your films, and I think he was in it.
Probably.
And Bridget, too. He's made a lot of short films.
Well, I remember the one was a gunslinger or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he was little.
That was years ago.
Yeah.
That was a music video that I submitted at the Crystal Bridges Short Film Festival, where I was a music video for Marty Robbins' Gunfighter
That's
Ballads.
right,
It was the Big Iron. And Patrick played Texas Red, and then Bridget actually played the Arizona Ranger, who shot the Big Iron.
Did you guys like that? Was that fun?
It's definitely fun to do, yeah.
Yeah. So Patrick, you started here when you were 11 too, right?
Yeah.
What do you like about being here?
I like how I get to know everything that's going on in town, definitely. Because when you're behind the camera, like the last show with Mayor Flynn, you hear a lot of what's happening.
Really? You're interested in the community stuff that you hear?
Yeah, it's just nice knowing what's happening.
Good for you. And you run camera for us, but you also can do sound and a lot of other things, right?
Yeah.
We don't even ask you. We just throw you in there and you do it, right?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot from Aiden, or do you just...
He taught me most of it, yeah. I bet you I wouldn't be anywhere with it if he hadn't taught me.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how we feel here. You know, his mother just said that he learned a lot from us. No, we learn a lot from him. What do you do at 4029?
So I am the audio operator for the nightly news. I handle all of the microphones and, you know, running the audio during all of our broadcasts, being in charge of the lighting, setting up lighting for the shots, changing it on air. And that's what I do 5 days a week, you know, Friday through Tuesday. And it's a lot of fun. I definitely used my experience here to get that position.
Yes, I'm sure they're a lot more sophisticated than we are, but the concept's the same.
Yeah, it is definitely a lot more, you know, there's a lot more money at that station.
Yes.
They have a lot more money.
Yes.
But it's the same concept. Everything transferred,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Okay, so Bridget, tell us about Bridget. What do you like about being in this family?
Basically everything. Everybody's so nice.
Even your brothers?
Yes.
I've had brothers and they weren't necessarily all that nice, so you're lucky. And you are a little entertainer, I understand. You know, later, folks, we're going to have Bridget come out here, and she's going to show us about Irish dancing. What do you call it? Is it a jig? Is it river dance? What is it?
There's a lot of different dances, and all of them are traditional Irish dances, and they tell a story about the culture, each dance.
Gotcha.
So, but there are, you could say there are jigs. What are other names, Bridget?
Light jigs, reels,
Reels, yeah.
lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
Have you been doing this since birth? When did you start?
Since I was 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're 4? No, you're older than that. How old are you now?
I'm 8.
You're 8. Do you love doing that?
Yes.
And you also sing. I think we're going. Oh, look! Oh, on the screen there, we had a great little picture. It'll be back maybe, or it won't. And you're so amazing. You're able to follow. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that great? Look at her. She's going to do that for us in a little while. Now, there is another member of this clan. Actually, Patrick, where you usually are. Let's take a look over here and introduce yet another of the clan.
There's Connor.
This is Connor. And you know, Connor, thank you for being here today. You bet. And what I'm excited about is we really threw him into the mix, didn't we, last time?
Yeah.
He had no idea. He seems rather shy, is he? Yeah, so. But anyway, we had an entertaining with food and spirit show, and boy, Stephanie just acted like he flew over here for this special occasion. But thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So tell us a little bit more about your interaction. I'd like to know more about the homeschooling and how does that work? Because many of us don't know. Is there a curriculum you follow? How does that work?
I've been collecting curriculum for so long now that we don't really stick to one particular. We started with Evanmore and then Spectrum and classical history, and we kind of pull it all together. And the kids as well, if we're behind on something, I'll make sure we catch up on that. But if they want to do something, we can kind of go with the flow there as well. And but in the beginning, I went to Square 2, which was a little store on Bentonville Square, and that's where a lot of teachers and homeschoolers would shop for curriculum. And that's not there anymore. But now Education Alliance is They are an agency out of Little Rock, Arkansas, and they have lists of curriculums and social groups, and I go to them for a lot of information now. They'll send new homeschool packets out, notice of intent information. They'll give you ID cards so you can get student IDs for your kids and discounts at different places. And
Okay.
they handled our transcript for Aiden, and they handled a graduation.
Yeah.
It was a proper graduation. The house was packed. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of information from them, and they support homeschoolers in Arkansas.
You know, I think, personally, I think that maybe homeschoolers have a little bit of an edge on some of the, not always, but the public schools, because it's probably, do you like doing
Yeah.
homeschooling?
Yeah, well, it just works to what you want to do. Like you said, it's not for everybody, I think, but I think for us it worked out really, really well, because definitely the three of us learn really differently, and it just gives you the ability to adapt and specialize to what works for your kid, you know? You say, oh, well, they're really not a fan of, doing this sheet of 100 math problems, but if we, for math specifically where we have a trouble, make, some more interactive stuff, you can just hone in to make sure that particular kid really gets the lesson versus, 100 kids in the class.
Right. And do you all homeschool at the same time? Is it a group thing?
Not anymore, really.
We all have kind of a different schedule now. On
Okay.
Mondays, we go to the homeschool library class, and they have something different every month. And Tuesdays is our music day. Every kid plays an instrument.
These two as well? Oh.
He plays the guitar, the bass guitar, and the piano. And Patrick has played the drums for 9 years now, since he was 5. And then Bridget plays the violin, and she also sings in the adult choir and sings psalms for our church every Sunday. So we have a whole music day on Tuesday, so it's loud in our house. And then Wednesdays they volunteer here, and on Thursdays we go to the Amazium. They have homeschool classes there.
Do they?
And Crystal Bridges, they have homeschool classes there. And Friday is our field trip day, so we get our written work done, and then we go out and into the community.
The environment?
Yeah.
And just figure things out there?
Yeah.
So do you ever help each other? Do you ever teach Patrick? Well, can
Yeah.
you teach Patrick anything?
I mean, I definitely help Patrick out when Mom's not there, we used to sit in school together. The last 2 years I've been in college.
Yes,
That
you
doesn't
have. Yes. Yes.
work out as well, but sometimes, especially Mom, if you're gone, you'll have their schoolwork printed out,
Yeah.
and I'll sit them down and they'll do their work, and then I do my work, and we're all kind of parallel play,
Yeah. So Patrick, do you help Bridget at all?
If she ever needs it, yeah. If she ever has like a question or a problem she needs help with, I'll definitely go in there.
Well, that's so nice. It really is.
Yeah.
Really is. Tell me a little about your hubby. He's the Irishman, right?
Yeah, he came over here as a foreign exchange student, and he's from Ireland, Tandragee, right outside of Belfast. And Connor's from Ireland too, and he's going to stay with us for hopefully a while. But
Well, we've already captured him. You know that.
yeah, he's in the crew now. But he started working for Walmart while he was in college here, and over 22 years, and he loves the idea. He wanted us to make sure that we taught the kids other languages, and that homeschooling allows us the freedom of our schedule to be able to add more things into our curriculum that you wouldn't normally get in a public school environment. So we've tried French and Spanish and Mandarin Chinese and
Mandarin
Gaelic.
Chinese?
Yeah,
Whoa.
we're not very fluent in any of them, but Aiden got really fluent in French, and he would write letters to my mom. My mom was the communicator, and they would call and talk to each other in French over the phone. So
So you're French, or your mother was French?
no, that
No.
she's an artist, and she
Oh.
always wanted to go to Paris and learn the language. So she did that with
speaks
Aiden.
French, yeah.
She does
And
speak
it's
French.
easier to learn a language when you have a partner
Yes,
to communicate with.
absolutely.
My husband, he learned French and Gaelic in Ireland in Catholic schools over there. So he was hoping that we could add more things.
So can anybody say something to me in Gaelic? Clean now. It has to be nice.
No, that's
No,
really enough for
not
us.
Gaelic.
No, no,
Patrick,
okay.
Connor knows how to.
I bet
Gaelic.
Connor does for sure.
Yeah, but Connor's not mic'd up right now, so.
Anyway, I just think that's amazing. I lived in England for a long time and spent a lot of time in Wales and Scotland and a little bit in Ireland. So I was always fascinated with the Gaelic for sure. You know, that's a foreign language.
Yeah.
For sure. So, okay, so what's your favorite subject, Patrick?
Probably has to be history.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fun subject to look at.
World history, Irish history, any history?
I couldn't name a specific one that I enjoy more. I just like doing history.
Yeah.
Historical man.
So what do you want to be when you are out in the real world? Not that this isn't the real world, but you know what I mean. On your own. Do you have any idea yet?
I really don't, but if I ever needed to with my experience here, I could definitely go work at a station.
Good, for sure. Aiden, what are you majoring in besides film?
So I'm a communications major with a minor in business, and I don't really know what I want to do.
And you don't
when I
have
get out
to
of
yet.
college.
Even at your age, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, things happen. Opportunities present themselves.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of good things you can do while you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bridget, what do you want to do when you are older?
I want to be a scientist. I really love science.
Wow.
And an astronaut.
And an astronaut? You want to be an astronaut? Wow. That's fabulous.
One shot.
You know what? I think what we're going to do now is take a quick break, and we'll come back, and then we're going to have a little entertainment from Bridget. What do you think?
Nice.
Yeah? All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Now, we have a couple more things to talk to you about, and then we're going to be entertained. It'll be awesome. Aiden, I understand you also have a business and probably have had a business since you were born, but tell us about that.
Well, I work on Big Sugar Creek Outfitters up in Pineville, Missouri. I've been working on it since I was like 12 years old. Just designing T-shirts was the concept. I was just, doing art for T-shirts, and then we started buying T-shirts, and now we own a building. We're opening up in May. Yeah, we're opening up in May.
Oh.
And we own what used to be a dance studio up in Pineville, and now it's a little apparel shop, and we tie flies and sell, fly fishing gear, T-shirts. You can stop by, get some ice creams, maybe grab a beer on your day out on the river. And so it's just a nice little apparel shop that we're hoping to open here in a couple weeks.
So you do art as well as everything else you do?
Well, on and off, as you know. When I worked at Crystal Bridges, I did more, but not as much as I should anymore.
So he keeps saying things, and it's kind of peeling back this onion,
That's true.
Tell us, this is a tongue twister. Tell us a little more about the fly
So
tying.
the fly tying, I was, my grandma Noni was a master fly tyer on the fly tying club right here in Bella Vista. And I have been a member of that club since I was 4 years old, actually,
Yeah.
because at the time you were still working.
Yeah.
and Noni was
Homeschooling.
taking care of me, and she would take me to the fly tying club with her, and so I've been tying flies for a really, really long time. I wouldn't say I'm a pro at it, but I definitely know what I'm doing.
You're a very multi-talented young man. You really are.
I stay busy.
Yes, you do. Patrick, your brother just told on you a few minutes ago, and he tells me that you are a fantastic drummer.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's pretty much what you said to him.
Yeah.
So obviously you love it. You love it.
Yeah, it's definitely probably one of my favorite things to do. It's, I don't know how to put it. It's just a fun thing to know and learn.
And you took the lessons, are you self-taught? Did you take lessons?
I took lessons at the Music Conservatory. I can't quite remember the name, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, they teach every instrument, brass, percussion, they do all of it.
What about drumming just speaks to your soul? Because something does, because I saw you smile a while ago and you never do that.
I just like doing it. I love doing it.
What kind of music? What do you drum? What's your
I'd say
favorite?
rock. I wouldn't say metal, but definitely an older rock is what I usually play.
Come on, Aiden, help me
Well,
out.
I mean, you've done everything from Metallica to Iron Maiden, Rush, Van Halen.
What's the last song that
Iron
you've
Maiden.
been working on?
Yeah, I did Trooper by Iron Maiden was the last song I did on the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. It was really fast and really difficult.
Yeah. So you do this at home?
Yeah.
So it's really loud at your house sometimes?
Yes. Oh, it's the neighbors, the whole yard. When you're really going at it, it is so loud.
Yeah, but they don't mind, do they?
No, we've never had. We play at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon
Afternoon.
when
Or
nobody.
at least they haven't told us.
Yeah.
Miss Bellis, our neighbor, she tells me she doesn't hear us, but she plays the trumpet.
Ah.
She's part of
Yeah.
the community band here in Bella Vista.
Gotcha.
She's probably doing the same thing in her house.
Probably. Well, we have some fun things to go now. Bridget is sitting there so nicely. Bridget, would you help us out here, Mom, and talk a little bit about the dance and have her do, I'm going to let you control her now,
So,
okay?
So Bridget, Tuesdays is our music day when we homeschool, and so she plays the violin at the Institute of Music and Worship with Scott Buss, and she also has Irish dancing on
Yes.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yes.
And that's with Rinka, and they're based in Fayetteville, and this last week she danced 2 and 3 times every day of the week. She had a huge schedule. St. Patrick's Day is an exciting time of the year for our Irish dancers, and she's probably pretty worn out actually. But if you would like to do
Yes.
a little, what is the song you normally dance to? Tell Me Ma. And you want to stand up and
give us a little
give us
demonstration.
A little bit of that? Can you do that song without the music?
I bet she can.
Here we go. Go ahead, baby.
Wow. Wow, fabulous, fabulous. I notice it's all in the feet. You're keeping your arms really straight.
Yes, in
Yeah.
Irish dancing, we pretend we don't have arms.
Oh, is that right?
We don't use them at all unless we're champs.
And what is a champ?
They do really hard, fast dances. They do like toes, like tip toes, when they Irish dance.
Okay.
It's really complicated when you're a champ. I'm in the 2nd class, which is novice. Novice means below champ.
Well, you're going to be there someday, I can tell. I can already tell. Would you also do us another favor? We're going to ask you to come back to the center here and stand up. And would you sing that beautiful little song that you did for us earlier in rehearsal?
Okay.
Come right up here. This is how we're going to go out today, folks. We're going to have this beautiful little girl sing a beautiful Irish song.
Red is the
Oh my, yay. Super. Hey, Bella Vista, thank you so much. Thank you, Macaulay. We love you all. This is exciting, and you guys are so part of the team. Thanks, Mom,
Thank you.
for giving us all this blessing.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, we'll see you next time for Let's Talk About It. Take care.